All right, welcome back everybody to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a 2023 Dodge Ram 1500 Big Horn Backcountry. Let's take a look. As always, I'm starting off with the front end. You can see how massive it is. This thing is just lifted. The Backhorn Country package comes with things like it's ready for off-road, so it's a little bit more of a higher stance. You got a nice blacked out Ram badge there, and then really nice blacked out grille. You can see as it goes all the way around the body that it's just blacked out everywhere, and I absolutely love that about this trim. A nice 1500 Hemi 5.0 liter badge there so that you know exactly what you're dealing with when you look at this car. Nice daytime running LED lights here, and the main headlamps are LEDs, so no halogen at all. Very nice. Let's take a look at the side profile. Really big. Again, you can just see how high it is off the ground. Huge wheels on there. A nice little lift thing that you can go up. No lock and unlock button for the doors. You have to do it with the key fob. You don't put your hand in there, it doesn't work at all. Nice 4x4 off-road. Like I said, it's built for the off-road. Let's move it on to the back, where you got a massive Ram badge there, some 4x4 badging, some Big Horn badging, two really big exhausts there. You'd think they have a bit better of a note, but it's a little bit quiet, which I guess is fine if that's what you're looking for. We have some nice little black thing where the turn signal is, and it says Ram there. I don't know if you can see that. Got a nice little kickstand here that you can take your foot and you could push on it, just like this, and it will come out for you. Now let's take a look inside. Let's take a look at the trunk space, if you will, but let's take a look at the bed. I know it's a bed, not a trunk, don't worry. And then you got plenty of space there, and a soft top thing right here that will actually come off. It's very easy to remove. So overall, very nice. All right, so taking a look under the hood, we have a V8 5.0 liter Hemi that does 395 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque from an 8-speed transmission. Towing capacity for the Big Horn is 12,750 pounds, and then you have a max payload of 2,300 pounds. Not too bad. All right, let's start off with the rear, the Ram 1500 Big Horn Backcountry. Let's check it out. Already, as you can see, oh my goodness, look at all the room we've got in here. I don't know why somebody hasn't tried to live in this space yet. I mean, I'm 5'10", I got headroom for days. I've got leg room for absolute days sitting behind myself as a driver. Some nice fence back here, a little bit of a storage, two USBs, USB normal and USB-C, 115 volt AC here, so you can actually plug a full thing right in here. And just look at it. Look at all this space. It's just incredible. Like, I have the thing, plenty of room for the dog or for the kids too. Little pull down thing here for the armrest, two cup holders, very standard. Look at the size of the doors too. But just the space in here is like mind blowing. Also nice two cup holders here too. So you can actually have 4 drinks going back here, no problem. And you have the rear view window that does open for you automatically from the front. Very nice. Overall, very nice backseat. Like the design, like the leather. It's very comfortable. I could definitely do a road trip in here, especially if you're single. You could just put the feet up like that, boom, and we're just so comfortable back here. It's ridiculous. But let's take a look at the front. All right, let's hop in the front. There's no keyless entry for this guy. You got to do everything manual, but it does come with a nice little step here that I could step up right in. You need it because the ride height is very high in this guy. So having a seat here inside the Big Country Ram 1500, really big. Again, look at this. It's like almost full arm length, and I'm just touching the passenger seat, which, by the way, really nice leather. Really nice kind of honeycomb design on the seats there. Very nice stitching. It's comfortable. Not so much bolstering, but honestly, you don't need it because the ride is very, very comfortable, and you'll see that when we drive. Big Horn Backcountry logo right there. A little bit of storage here, too. You got a little bit of some... This came with some trailer stuff, some controls there. It's brand new, so... A little bit of storage there, storage here, storage all here. I mean, this thing is a storage monster. Look at this. We got storage all down here, and it's deep, nice and solid. Nice and plastic, too, so it can get dirty. Pull-out tray here. More storage here. It's just insane. More storage there, too. It's crazy the amount of storage we have in this. Over on up here, I got a digital rear view camera, which is very nice to have as well as the controls for the back window. So let's move over to this massive steering wheel. Again, massive car, you need a massive steering wheel. And I really like here what they've done in the gauge cluster, where you have your digital, but you also have your analog, and it's a big enough digital screen that the analog makes sense. It's a big car. Everything's big in here, so it's really nice. You got some basic information, speedometer, vehicle info, off-road, fuel economy, driving assist is on, just your really basic stuff. Doesn't do anything too advanced, but you do have a little heads-up display. You probably can't see it very well on the camera because we are it's kind of sunny and it's not really dark out, so you're probably not going to see it. You have a lot of basic stuff here. Nothing crazy on that side. My left-hand side here, I have my controls, brightness controls, and then I also have this cool button that will put down the pedals and also bring them up. So if you're not comfortable with where you're sitting and where the pedal is, you can actually touch that button. It'll bring them up and down. Obviously, it's one touch to start and stop the car, and then you have your gear selector here. It's a little knob. This is fairly common on some of the Dodges that I've looked at, but you have your four-wheel drive auto, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive high, four-wheel drive low, hill descent, climb, and your axle lock, which is nice to get unstuck or when you're going crappy conditions. And then we move over here onto the center where we have a 8-inch display. It's a little small for my liking. You know, again, I said big car, everything needs to be big. This is probably the smallest thing in the car. You know, maybe you don't mind that too much because you're going to use the car more than you're going to be messing with the infotainment, but it's really responsive, really easy to use, really simple, exactly what you'd expect. Bunch of apps in here, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You can do a wired connection too if you want, but works seamlessly like we've been seeing on a lot of the 23 models. Usually now they're coming with the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android, and I love that, so it's great. So moving on, you got physical buttons, lots of physical buttons, like high plastic and like high, like again, one of those ones where you can use it, clean it, do anything you want with it. Really easy to do. You got heated seats, heated steering, no cooled seats, no ventilated seats, but that's okay. No worries there. I'm using the heated seats still quite regularly. It's still quite cold here in Quebec. And then you have your trailer steering. If I had a trailer, I would love to test this because I cannot back up a trailer for my life. So this will help me quite a bit. So you can turn it to the left, to turn it to the right, and the steering wheel will automatically adjust according to. Then you can have your trailer braking, your tow mode, and then you can put your front parking sensors off. It does have those, really great. Nice to have as well. You can also pull down the front screen here and then go rear cam, and it should show me. I don't think I clicked it. Boom. Rear cam, or you can just have kind of, you can do this when you're driving. It'll show for a couple seconds, like if you want to check if somebody's tailgating you. That's what I've been using this for. Check if somebody's tailgating me, boom, put that thing on, and there you go. Audio settings, you have a whole bunch of different settings, and you can have driver heat. You can turn stuff on and off through the infotainment as well, which is a nice little feature. But I think it's going to do it for the interior of the Ram 1500 Big Horn Backcountry. Let me put that GoPro on and let's see how this big boy drives. All right, here we are. Got the GoPro on the forehead like a weirdo, and we're in the big old backcountry Ram 1500. And let's talk about how it drives. So I've had this for about 3 days. I'm filming a little bit earlier in the week than I'd like to, so my impressions are very, very early on. So we're gonna say this is very, very first impressions, and it's actually the only second pickup truck I've driven on the channel, so I only have to compare it to the Ford Ranger. If I compare it directly to the Ford Ranger, well, I think the Ram 1500 absolutely blows this car out of the water, and already I've had some people disagree with me, which is interesting. So I'm wondering if you in the comments, I'm sure you're gonna let me know already. Let me ask you this question: Ram 1500 or Ford Ranger? What's your pick? Mine, I can tell you right away, spoiler alert before we even get to the end of the video, I'm going with the Ram 1500, and let me tell you why. So the Ram is just an overall better ride quality. I don't think that Ford makes a bad pickup truck. I think the F-150 is probably more akin to compete with the main Ram 1500 because it is their flagship, right? But like I said, I don't have anything else to compare it to, so boom, there it is. I'm gonna compare it to the Ranger. The Ram has a much better ride quality. You do still get those body oscillations where if you hit a really big bump, you kind of feel the vibration through the whole cabin, but it doesn't like tumble you around like you're in a drying, like you're in a washing machine or a dryer. Like this kind of keeps you a little bit more stable. Doesn't give you so much scoliosis, you know, when you're going over those huge bumps. I'm really comfortable in this. You know, in the mornings if you're tired, this car is kind of dangerous to drive because it's so smooth on the highway. Like you have those, you know, we're really high up off the ground, really, really great big suspension, great big old tires too, you know, not losing grip at all in the snow. Right now it's clear, so I'm not driving in snow, but I was earlier in the week, believe it or not. And, you know, it's just really hard to stay awake. It's just kind of a bad thing, but, you know, a good thing for the ride quality. I could do a road trip in this, absolutely no problem. Got a pretty decent little cruise control system on there, kind of just let the car do its thing. And yeah, you're just going to be comfortable the whole time. And I wasn't expecting that. Maybe because I only driven the Ford Ranger here, and I thought that, oh great, here comes another pickup that's going to throw me around and give me neck problems. You know, but no, not at all. I think the Dodge completely nailed the ride quality for the Ram. And I'm pretty sure it probably translates to the higher models. Probably only gets better from here, which is great news for us. this car handles corners, well, like a truck. I mean, you know, lots and lots of body roll, and like the steering is slightly dead. There's no sport mode. There's only like, I can change my driving, I can change my suspension and the way that the car drives, so I can have like 4-wheel drive, stuff like that, but there's no sport mode. There is like an eco mode. It pops up every once in a while when I'm coasting the car, but there's no actual eco mode. So this thing is going to take fuel, for example, and that's probably my biggest gripe with the Ram, is that it's really bad on fuel. And if you're trying to save money, the Ram is not the way to go if you're trying to save money on gas. But I don't know if that's what people are buying this car for. I don't think you're buying a Ram 1500 and be like, this thing's gonna be great on fuel, because right now I'm doing 15.7 liters per 100 kilometers, which is yeah, yikes. Yeah, the Ford was around 11. So I mean, that's the only area, thankfully, that the Ram 1500 loses compared to the Ford. So let me actually put that 4-wheel drive auto on. I am going to use quite a bit of gas, but I do want to test the performance just a little bit. I actually haven't done that this week, so you're going to get a real life, live, no acting, no embellishment reaction from me here. So if it's crazy, I'll let you know. It does have a 5.7 liter Hemi. It kind of says that on the badge. Hard to miss that one. So, you know, can't complain there, but I'm just going to get it slowed down here. And we're going to absolutely do the speed limit in a few seconds. There is a car coming up behind me, so I will not stop completely. Got to be safe doing these road tests. I am on public roads. However, Ram, if you want to invite me out to a drag strip and let me rip this thing, I would do it. But anyways, let's rip this on a public road from a little bit of a rolling start here, all the way to the floor. Oh, that's got travel, that brake. Oh boy, here we go. There we go. There's 100 and about $40 gone in terms of gas. Wow, that throttle's got travel. I didn't think it would travel that much. Wow, that's kind of strange. I don't know, maybe it's just the way that I have the pedals adjusted, and maybe you find the same thing there, but oh my goodness, it's got travel. And I always feel like the throttle is like heavy in this. Like in the Ranger, it was like the brake was like spongy, and then the throttle in the Ram is really heavy for some reason. It's interesting. Let me turn this back down to 2-wheel drive, because I don't need to be dealing with all that fuel economy loss here. Yeah, like the throttle always feels like I'm in sport mode, even when I'm on the highway. Like it feels like I'm always like, if I want to go 100, I kind of have to push the throttle a little bit more than I'd like to, and it makes you feel like you're using gas more than you are. I'm probably not. I'm probably just losing, you know, money as I drive this thing, but you know, that's it. That's the trade-off, right? You have a really big usable vehicle that's going to get you through any terrain, no matter what. I mean, again, this is one of those vehicles you have to be extraordinarily dumb to get it stuck, especially if you're driving in 4-wheel drive mode. If you're driving in 2-wheel drive and it slides out a bit, well, you're probably still dumb for not putting in 4-wheel drive driving in the snow, but you know, it's a little bit less your fault, I guess. So this digital rear view mirror is excellent. Like I can turn it off, right? Like I can pop that off. There you go, it's off. And then I can see normally the back, but who wants to do that when you have this? It's really good quality in the daytime, really excellent quality at nighttime, and it's just useful for backing up. It's also useful for telling how close people are on the road. You know, here in Quebec, it's the home of, I think, the tailgaters and the rear enders. So it's nice to kind of like, if somebody's tailgating you too close, well, you can kind of press the gas a little bit and get away from them, and you know the distance, because in the mirror, objects are closer than they appear. So it's good to have that. That's real. There's no embellishments here on this mirror. It's nice. But yeah, another little issue I have with the Ram is kind of the same thing that I kind of have with pickup trucks. They're just really expensive, and I feel like the Ram is, the backcountry package is good, although I couldn't find it on the website. So, you know, good. I don't know why. For some reason in Canada, I can't find the backcountry package, you know, to buy. So I'm assuming you're gonna have to walk into the dealership if you want this package and specifically ask for it. I don't know if it's still around or if you can still get it. I don't know. It might be a special edition one. I'm not sure. But it does basically have like a lot of basic stuff. Like, you know, you got your basic heated seats, heated steering, the small infotainment. You can upgrade that. But the look by far for the backcountry package is superior. I would absolutely need to, if I was to buy a Ram, say tomorrow, I'm getting this look and this color too. The color scheme, it's just so good. It just matches so well, and it turns a lot of heads. I get a lot of looks driving this Ram. A lot of people appreciate pickup truck, even here in Quebec, and the color is really turning heads, and that's great. But like I said, the price is, you know, a little bit on the side. It's appropriate, I think, and they're just there. Any more and you're charging too much, any less, and obviously that's great, but I think any more and it's just not going to be worth it at that point. But we're close to where I think maybe a little bit over where we should be, but close to where I maybe like to be. And that's just the reality of today's world. Cars are expensive, pickup trucks are even more expensive. There isn't a whole lot we can do. But yeah, that's I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to talk about in the Ram. Like I said, I can't take these things off-road. I can't really tow anything right now because I'm in the winter and I don't have anything to tow. In the summer, I do have some stuff to tow, maybe. So maybe I can test it out again and really test out that trailer steering, because I really wanted to try that, but I didn't have anything that I could attach to the back of myself and try it. So let me know if you're in the comments, if you're watching this and you made it this far in the video, let me know how that trailer steering is. Do you use it, or is this completely useless and you don't care about it at all and it's just a useless feature and we shouldn't use it or even bother talking about it? Let me know, because I'm really interested to know how that works. Obviously I've seen it in videos, I do my research, but to try it in real life, real time, I didn't get a chance to do that because, like I said, don't have anything to tow. So, and I can't take this off-road like it's built for, and that sucks too. But I guess you can consider the Quebec roads as being off-road enough. I mean, the potholes here is incredible. So I could say that I've kind of went half off-roading and it's done very well. It's kept me comfortable pretty much the whole way. And that's great, and that's exactly what I expect. So overall, Ram 1500 Big Horn Backcountry package has been excellent. If I had a way to get on that ice right now, because it looks like there's a big like racetrack thing, I definitely would, but I think it is starting to melt finally, and unfortunately, because it's bad timing, I would have definitely ripped this thing on that ice right there, but unfortunately couldn't do that. But anyways, I don't drive pickup trucks regularly, so I'm not like a pickup truck connoisseur, but I will get there. This is my second one on the channel, but yeah. So let's do it. Closing thoughts for the Ram 1500. Great look, super comfortable, really good off-road, at least the off-roading experience that you get from garbage Quebec streets. I like the technology in here. It's enough. It's appropriately priced. It's just expensive overall. There's nothing we can do about it, like I said. It's got enough speed. Definitely got the towing capacity there. Got enough space in the back. Space for days. Like I said, I'm surprised people haven't tried to live in this thing yet, because you could probably do it for a couple months at least. There's so much space in that back seat. It's insane. It's like EV level space. It's crazy. And that's great for passengers, and it's great for usability. It's great to, you know, if you have big things you want to put in the back, if you don't have enough room in the bed, maybe you can throw it in the back and the bed if you're moving, whatever, hauling stuff around. You got so much room, and it's excellent. I love the crew cab in this. This is probably the exact configuration I'd get if I was going for the Ram 1500, just because of the price. It only goes up from here, and yeah, it's maybe one of the more affordable Rams on the market. So I would definitely take a few looks. Make sure you get in this thing and you take it for a test drive. I think you'll enjoy it. And as always, let me know what you think in the comments. You know, I'm at 300, you know, probably just over 300 subscribers, so I really want to thank every single one of you who have pressed that button. Whether it's a like button or a subscribe button, it helps me more than you know, and I appreciate it so much. I am living my absolute dream every time I sit in these cars and I film these vehicles for you guys. I couldn't have asked for anything better. I don't care about money. I don't care about fame. I just want to bring you guys the best content I can, and I want to help you make your decision, because it's a hard one. There's so much competition. There's so many things going on with the automotive market. There's so many things to choose from, and I want to make that easier for you and give you every single piece of information I can on the cars that I drive. So with that being said, before I talk too much, before I ramble too much, you're probably not watching anyways, but if you are, you have to subscribe, because if you made it this far in the video, you're a real one, you're a real fan, and it's obligatory that you subscribe, so I know that you've done so. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, and thanks for watching. Peace.